national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. To officially open this event, we'll be taking national anthem. Put our hands together for Nigeria and to take our seats. Let me publicly acknowledge this very wonderful event and audience. This is the first time I'm hosting an event and audience where 98% of everyone there could recite national anthem, this new national anthem. So I'd like to appreciate you. Please, can you put your hands together for yourselves? What? On the screen? Yeah. I was not thinking, are we in the same Nigeria? Oh, it was on the screen. That's fine. That's fine. You would have just taken the position. That man that went to go and say the truth. I'd like to very specially welcome you all to the opening ceremony of the 2024 Chartered Institute of Arbitrators Nigeria Annual Conference. This is going to set the tone for a very highly impactful event. I'd like to say that this conference will be addressing the vital role of alternative dispute resolution in Nigeria's development and explore the necessary steps to position this country as Africa's leading arbitration hub. You are in the right place, doing the right thing, and we are set to formally begin. Let me try my best to establish protocol within the best of my ability. I'd like to, first of all, welcome the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, ably represented by a very fine gentleman, a man I've admired for a very long time, former Minister of FCT, former Minister of Commerce, former Minister of State for Power and Steel, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Special Advisor on General Duties to the Vice President. Help me welcome Aliyu Modibo Umar. So we put our hands together for him. I'd like to very quickly, with all due respect, welcome to this event the Chief Justice of Nigeria. She's perfectly represented by a very fine Justice of the Supreme Court, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Justice Tijani Abubakar, CON. Can we especially welcome him? My Lord, you're welcome. Let me also branch out to welcome all other justices that are here present, or judges of the High Courts, and everyone who belongs to the bench that's in our midst, we especially and sincerely welcome you. I'd like to, at this point, welcome a woman that gave me the best of joy during the morning session, the chair of CIAP Nigerian branch, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I tried my best to master this name, and it looks like my next payment depends on getting your name correct. So let me do that justly. I'd like to welcome the chair of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators Nigeria branch. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Olushola, that's not the problem, That's not the problem. Let me welcome Olushola Adegbumi. Please can we put our hands together for her? For those thinking I will fail, I'm sorry. I got it. I was there, like 90%. I'd like to also quickly welcome the first, second, and third vice chairman and all members of ESCO, those who have sleepless nights in making sure the Nigerian branch get the best and be rightly positioned in the African hub. I'd like to welcome all members of ESCOs. Please can we put our hands up for all members of ESCO? We especially welcome them. I'm going to try my best to really welcome our past chairs. Let me welcome to this event Babajide Ogundipo. Please can we put our hands together for past chair? We especially welcome you, sir. I'd like to also welcome Olufunke Adekola, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Please can we put our hands together? Olufunke Adekoya, we especially welcome you, ma, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. I'd like to also quickly welcome Chief Bayo Ojo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Please can we put our hands together for him? We especially welcome you, our past chair. Let me also quickly welcome my brand new mentor. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome Adedoyin Rosevival, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Please can we put our hands together for the woman who delivers so well on mentoring. I'd like to also welcome another Senior Advocate and past chair. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Olatunde Busari. Please can we put our hands together? I'd like to also welcome, ladies and gentlemen, yet another past chair. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Chief J. Akimbola Akinola. Please can we put our hands together? We especially welcome you, sir. Thank you very much. I understand that there's so much honor being placed when you get into the inner bar. So I don't take out this time to welcome all senior advocates that we have here. I wish I could mention each of you one after the other. You sincerely deserve to be acknowledged and welcome. And so for every senior advocate of Nigeria that is here, please can you wave? Why those who have not made it, we clap for you. Can we do that, please? Some people are not senior advocates. They are not clapping. I don't know who you are. Let me also welcome co-chairs of this conference, people would have burned the late night candle to make sure this conference be as bright, as interesting as it is. First of all, I'd like to welcome very specially and recognize Isaiah Busoma, CSAN. Isaiah Bozimo, sorry. It's your own name that's paid me that I not missed. So, madam, I got your name, but I missed his name. It doesn't matter, it's fine. No, he will still settle me, it's fine. I'd like to also welcome another co-chair, ladies and gentlemen, the lady putting the smile and putting the action. Let me welcome Diana Okuku. Please can we put our hands together for her? Let me now welcome specially all arbitrators that are in this hall. I'd like to specially welcome you. I'll be glad if you can wave so we can specially welcome you. All arbitrators, please can we just wave all arbitrators? If you are a civilian, you are none, can you clap for them? Let's clap for them. Okay, so I like to divide these events into two. First is that we have arbitrators that we are here for. All chartered arbitrators that are here, thank you. We specially welcome you. So we'll call you all arbitrators. Second segment will be we are nothing. We're just civilians. And if you think that group is very bad, the rep of the vice president is in that group, so we are together. My Lord, may I, you are in that group. So we all belong to this segment. So all arbitrators who specially appreciate you, we that are civilians, we are here for you. I think you should clap for the rest of us that are not arbitrators. Let's put our hands together. I have a timer right in front of me. The intention is that I will try to keep it as fast as possible and make the best use of the time that we have for this opening ceremony. So I'm going to try my best to run. My name is Chuks the General. I'm a chartered master of ceremony. Don't worry, I'm not an arbiter. When I say chartered, my Lord was looking at me. He's master of ceremony. And I'm sure we're going to move as quick as possible. We start and we're going to move very quickly. Let me welcome for the welcome address and opening remarks. Two people that have been co-championing the journey of this conference. I'd like us to give them the best of clap as we have to the microphone our co-chairs. Please, can we put our hands together for Diana Okoko, a very wonderful fellow of SIAP. Can we clap for her a little louder? And of course, Isaiah Simo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Especially welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Although Chuks has rechristened my surname and rechristened my co-chair Diana as well. I think we'll have conversations about the balance. Well, my lord, I'm sorry, Your Excellency, the Vice President, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, my lord, the Honorable, the Chief Justice, please permit me to rest on the already established protocol. It is our absolute pleasure to welcome you to the 24th Annual Conference of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, Nigeria branch. Because after months of planning, and we started planning in February, it is really gratifying to see it all come together and to meet such enthusiastic faces. I see my good mentor, Professor Onyema, looking at me, and I see very new faces as well, and it is a pleasure to connect. Diane and I would like to begin by expressing our heartfelt gratitude to the immediate past chair of CIAB Nigeria, Chief J. Bola Akinola, Chartered Arbitrator, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, for appointing us as co-chairs. It has been an absolute privilege to take on this opportunity, and we are honored and energized by the opportunity to lead the conference planning committee for this year's event. The trust placed in us inspires us to deliver a conference that will not only meet expectations, but exceeds them. And we would also like to thank, we didn't do this on our own. We were backed up by an incredible conference planning committee. And with your permission, I would like to thank the subcommittee chairs, and I'd like to name them. Paul Harris Ogbole, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, who chaired the Budget and Finance Subcommittee. Yejide Oshunkeye, who chaired the Gala Night Subcommittee. We hope to see as many of you at the Gala Night as possible. We have some incredible prizes, and I can tell you there's already been an embargo as to who can join the raffle draw and who cannot. I will name no names at this stage. I would also like to thank Salman Alhaji Salman, who chaired the Logistics Subcommittee. Dr. Adeyemi Agbelusi, who chaired Marketing and Publicity. Babajimi Ayorinde, who chaired Sessions and Speakers. And last but not least, Abisoye Fadahunsi, who chaired the YMG conference, which held earlier today. And we would like to give special mention to a few members of the subcommittee who we feel have gone above and beyond. The first is Afolashade Banjo, who is the secretary of the planning committee, Choma S. Jack, and Babayemi Olaniyo. We would like to especially recognize the hard work you have brought. And to our delegates, of course, we thank you immensely for registering for this conference and to dedicating your time to spend 3 days with us. And if you enjoy the conference, then the credit should go to this fantastic conference planning committee. And if you have any complaints, then please blame Diane first, then blame me, then blame me secondly. But we would like to express our gratitude as well to all our sponsors and partners, many of whom you will hear and see during the conference, because their generous support has been absolutely invaluable. And this event would not have been possible without you. Diane?
Thank you, Isaiah. It wouldn't be a complete opening remarks if we didn't talk about the theme behind this conference and the thoughts behind coming up with the theme. So we gave a lot of thought to this year's conference theme, Fresh Perspectives, Back to Basics in ADR. As dispute resolution evolves, we've seen processes become more complicated, sometimes losing sight of the core values that ADR was built on, which are speed, efficiency, and simplicity. Now is that perfect time to step back and refocus. This theme invites us to do just that, re-examine the foundations of ADR and explore how we can strengthen them while tackling the challenges we face. We're counting on your active participation. And this is a conference that is going to be more interactive than any other way. As much as we discuss and solve things, we invite you, the delegates, to please participate. Throughout the conference, we will explore issues such as arbitration's identity crisis in Nigeria, guerrilla tactics threatening ADR processes, and judicial perspectives on balancing party autonomy with judicial oversight. We'll also assess the new Arbitration and Mediation Act, examining whether it has reshaped dispute resolution in Nigeria as expected. The session on arbitrator immunity will delve into protecting arbitrators from undue litigation. The litigation practitioners in the room are not smiling at this point. And our mediation masterclass will provide hands-on skills for enhancing your ADR expertise. Networking is a key part of this conference, and we encourage you to make the most of the opportunities to connect during breaks and social events. Woover makes this even easier. You can schedule meetups, chat with other attendees, and explore profiles to build your network. We had the session on building your brand and how to do this. So Woover gives you the opportunity to leverage technology to get in your network at the level you want it. Use these tools to connect, whether you're sharing ideas over coffee, attending the gala, or enjoying the YMG Games night. The in-person events and Woover's features offer valuable opportunities to build connections and exchange insights with peers. Isaiah, please.
Thank you very much indeed, Diane. We really do encourage active involvement in each of the sessions. And we've tried to make the conference as interactive as possible because we want the conversation to be not only between the panelists, but between the panelists and the audience. And one of the tools we are using to bring that to life is a tool called Slido. You will see it on your screen. Many of you, or many of the delegates who were in the conference this morning have already used it. To join, all you need to do is go to slido.com and enter our event code, which is CIARBNG. Alternatively, you can scan this QR code, and we will provide it throughout the duration of this conference, and it will enable you to ask questions directly to the audience. The QR code is up. Feel free to scan it, and it will take you directly to the app, and you can literally talk directly with the audience, talk directly with the panelists, participate in polls, of which we will have an icebreaker poll shortly. So I invite you to get ready to participate. So let's give a few moments, and we'll have the icebreaker poll now. So if you could please bring that up. Excellent. So the question is this: on a scale of arbitration awards, how excited are you to be at the conference? So we'll give a few moments to allow some votes to come in. I hope nobody's feeling like a modest 500,000 Naira award. And they're feeling more like the jackpot 50 million. So while the votes are going, we'll continue. We'll continue. We've worked extremely hard to create an interactive and inclusive environment where everyone, whether attending in person or virtually, can fully engage and feel connected. Along with Slido for live polls and Q&A, we're also using the Woover app, as Diane has mentioned, to streamline your experience. Excellent. We have people feeling like the 50 million jackpot. Thank you so much. So whether you're joining the sessions, participating in polls, or using Woover to chat with fellow attendees, we've ensured that you have the tools to actively contribute and be part of the conversation wherever you are. Now, Diane, I'll allow you to bring this to a close.
Thank you, Isaiah. So we encourage every single one of you, If you're here, please take full advantage of both the sessions and the social networking events. The social networking events are out of this world this year. And we know that without a doubt, these are events that will not only build your careers, but will also build the alliances that you want for your life. Because over these events, you will have the opportunity to really connect. And we have scheduled time to ensure that this happens. By the time we gather again in 2025, God sparing our life, we hope to see the ideas and the strategies developed here already in action. So please don't hold back. Let's get started. Thank you, every single one of you, for being here today and for your enthusiasm. We look forward to the next few days filled with great conversations, ideas, and connections. We truly appreciate your participation and we wish you a productive and enjoyable conference. Thank you.
If it was just one person who gave the speech, the clap would be fair enough. But for the two of them, I think the clap should be a little louder for our co-chair of this conference, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Especially appreciate Isaiah Bozimo, SAN. Appreciate you, sir. And of course, Diane Okoko, fellow of Chartered Institute of Arbitrators. Thank you very much. We especially appreciate the two of you. Thank you, and thank you. Two things will happen very quickly. First, I'd like to take our time to especially welcome the former NBA president, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a man whose heights and wisdom perfectly match. I'd like to welcome YC Chinoko Mekiao. Please, Mekiao. Please, can we put our hands together for him? I got no MC, I've gotten your name before. Mekiao. I got it now. Yeah. Thank you very much. And now, Your Excellencies, I've been told that I have to change your sitting positions. And so for our next three speakers, everyone will come just from here so we can match up time as fast as we can. And so with all due respect, I'd like to invite the rep of the Vice President, sir, if you come sit. Please can we put our hands together for him as he comes. Can the clap be a little louder for the rep of the Vice President? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, as he comes. And of course, my lords, we also need you up, and chair is already coming up already. Thank you, ma. Thank you, my lords. Ladies and gentlemen, we have three of them coming up. Aliyu Modibo Umar, especially appreciate you, sir. And of course, my lords, Honorable Justice Tijani Abubakar. Thank you. Yes, sir, you could sit. My lord, sir, just so the lady is in between, can we put the lady? This is my only chance to control my lord. My lord, you can sit here. Let me just use the chance. Oh, my lord, maybe you should sit. No, I'm not doing that. No. The police guy was coming back. It's a joke. You can go. Just so you don't think this is your chance to get promotion. Thank you very much. Before we take our three very quick speeches, I'd like to take you up on the screen. We're going to have goodwill messages. This time around, the goodwill messages will be from our African jurisdiction. We'll get a good message from Kenya, from Zambia, and from Rwanda. It will be on screen. And so, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take your attention to the screen as we take our goodwill messages. Thank you. Media.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Waihenya from the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators Kenya branch, all the way in East Africa. I am the chairperson, CIAB Kenya, and it gives me great pleasure to extend my warmest congratulations to the members and the fellows of CIAB Nigeria branch on this occasion of your highly anticipated annual conference. I do this through your esteemed chairperson, who is my good friend and sister, Olusola Adebomire, Chartered Arbitrator, FCIAB. I note that this year's conference is themed Fresh Perspectives, Back to Basics in ADR. This is particularly timely and relevant given the landmark passage of the Nigeria Arbitration and Mediation Act in 2023. This legislation marks a significant step forward for ADR in Nigeria, and I commend CIAB for its continued leadership in shaping the landscape of dispute resolution in Nigeria, in West Africa, and the wider continent. It is even more inspiring to witness that this conference is taking place under the leadership of the new female chair of CIAB Nigeria, Olusola, as well as her counterpart at the Abuja chapter, Roslyn Nwosu. We cannot lose this historic moment without underscoring that the leadership of these two wonderful ladies truly embodies the spirit of fresh perspectives. It also sets a powerful example for the advancement of women in the field of arbitration and ADR in your country, Africa, and the world. I'm very confident that this conference will provide a valuable platform for arbitrators and ADR enthusiasts, legal practitioners, academics, the judiciary, as well as key stakeholders to engage in insightful discussions, share knowledge, and explore the latest trends and developments in the field. CIAB's commitment to promoting excellence in ADR is highly commendable. I attended the annual conference in November 2023. It was a fabulous experience, and I'm expecting that we shall have the exact same outcome as we did last year. The only main difference is that then in 2023, I was the only female chairperson, and in 2024, I can expect that we'll have several CIAB chairpersons from Africa. To my sisters in CIAB Nigeria, as well as the chapter Abuja, well done for overcoming what are the customary challenges and hurdles to achieve your leadership position. We do look forward to even more women coming forward and achieving the same leadership feats, and as well as expanding the space for the women who come after. Olusola, your board of directors, as well as the conference committee, I am very confident that this conference will provide a valuable platform for arbitrators and ADR enthusiasts, for legal practitioners, academics, the judiciary, as well as key stakeholders to engage in insightful discussions, share knowledge, and explore the latest trends and developments in this field, which is evolving at a very high rate. I commend CIAB's commitment to promoting excellence in ADR. This is very commendable, and I am certain that their conference, this event, will further strengthen Nigeria's position as a leading seat for dispute resolution in Africa. I therefore take this opportunity to wish you all a highly successful and enriching conference. May your deliberations be fruitful, and may the outcome contribute meaningfully to the advancement of ADR arbitration in Nigeria and beyond. Thank you.
Greetings to my esteemed colleagues and friends of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators Nigerian branch. It is with great pleasure and honor that I extend warm greetings and heartfelt congratulations to you all on the occasion of your annual conference. This gathering is a testament of your unwavering commitment to the advancement of arbitration and alternative dispute resolution in Nigeria, Africa, and beyond. As we come together to share knowledge, experiences, and innovations, let us celebrate the strides we have made in promoting justice and resolving conflicts amicably. Your dedication to upholding the highest standards of professionalism and integrity in arbitration is truly commendable. In Zambia, we share your vision of fostering a robust and effective arbitration community. We believe that through collaboration and mutual support, we can continue to enhance the practice of arbitration across our regions, ensuring that it remains a preferred method of dispute resolution. May this conference be a fruitful and inspiring event for all participants. I am confident that discussions and insights gained here will further strengthen our collective efforts to promote peace, justice, and development. On behalf of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators Zambia branch, I wish you a successful and memorable conference. We look forward to continued collaboration and the opportunity to work together in the future. Thank you and best wishes.
Goodwill message for SIAB Nigeria Annual Conference 2024. Greetings, distinguished colleagues, ADR professionals, and esteemed guests at the SIAB Nigeria Annual Conference. I am Matanazi Rutabingwa, the chairman of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators Rwanda branch, and it is with great honor and pleasure that I send this goodwill message to our sister institution. The theme of this year's conference, Fresh Perspectives Back at Basics in ADR, is both timely and relevant. It reminds us of the importance of grounding ourselves in the fundamental principles of alternative dispute resolution, especially as we navigate the complex and evolving challenges in our field. SIAB Nigeria has always been at the forefront of innovation in ADR, and this year's theme reflects its commitment to continuously improving the practice by returning to the basics while offering fresh insights. As we gather to reflect on the core values of arbitration and ADR, it is essential to recognize the pivotal role that SIAB Nigeria has played not only Nigeria, but across the continent. I can say this with immense gratitude that SIAB Nigeria was instrumental in the early development of SIAB Rwanda branch. Our mentorship, your mentorship, guidance, and unwavering support helped to lay the foundation for what we have become today, a thriving branch committed to excellence in ADR. This conference, with its comprehensive program, will no doubt inspire us all. From discussing arbitration's identity crisis to examining strategic responses to guerrilla tactics, each session promises to provide valuable insights that will shape the future of arbitration in Nigeria and beyond. On behalf of SIAB Rwanda branch, I congratulate SIAB Nigeria on organizing such another landmark event in the ADR calendar. I look forward to continuous collaboration between our branches as we work together to elevate the standards of ADR in Africa. I wish you all a successful and fruitful conference. Thank you all.
Those are very special goodwill messages from chairs from all around 3 countries in Africa. That's a very good one to you, man. Especially appreciate them for sending in very good messages. I'd like to add that added to YC Chinoko Mikel, we also have another former NBH president in our midst. Let me especially welcome A.B. Mahmoud, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Especially welcome you, sir. You're welcome, sir. We will, at this point, now go straight to our next speech. And for this speech, I'd like to, with all due respect, invite to the microphone the chair of Chartered Institute of Arbitrators of Nigeria. Let me welcome Olusola Adebomiri. Welcome you, ma'am.
You are getting close. It won't take too much off the fees. Just a little. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be here. I thank you, sir, for coming. And not only for coming, but for coming, I think you came in 2 minutes to 4 o'clock. Thank you very much. I thank you, sir, my lord, for being here to represent the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Thank you, sir, for coming to represent the Vice President. We're very much happy to have you here. I hope my slides are ready. I trust they are. So thank you very much. My dear esteemed members, my friends, there are many of my friends here, and our specially invited guests. It gives me great joy to stand here today as we kick off our 24th annual conference of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, Nigeria branch. I know it is late in the day and we still have a lot to do, but the energy is buzzing and I'm thrilled to see so many familiar faces. I could mention at least half of this hall by name, if not more than half. So I'm so happy to see you all here. Thank you very much. This year's conference is special for so many reasons. One, we're going to have great fun. There's a great prize amongst other prizes, which I hope I will go home with. I'm not bad. But more importantly, it's never happened. Before we got to the end of the early bird, this conference was fully subscribed. It's a record-breaking conference. The whole of social media was lit. In fact, our friend from the IMF and the United Nations, I must tell that story. I think they saw it online. It was just everywhere online. And they saw it online at the IMF and sent an email. We've seen what is happening online and we would like to attend. Can you send an invite? When they told me, I said, I don't think we've gone that far. Are you sure they are not scammers or 419? So I got the name and went online and checked. It was for real. Please, sir. And here he is. And when I was confessing that I thought maybe they were scammers or 419, he said, I actually saw you checking me. Then he opened his LinkedIn and showed me that he had actually seen me checking. I said, oh, if I had also checked, then the checker and the checkee will keep checking each other. Thank you so much for graciously honoring our conference. Thank you. This is a special one. I want to make a few thanks. First, I want to thank the Conference Planning Committee. They've done outstanding work. Their dedication and commitment to making this event possible is nothing short of inspiring. Please help me stand and give a rousing clap for the people I call Team ID. Team Isaiah, Diane, and the rest of the team. Team ID, where are you? Team ID? Okay, Team ID is upstairs. Thank you very much. And they had a great team working with them. I know I should be saying this to them at the end of the conference, but I'm so sure that we're going to have a great time. And that's why I'm saying to Team ID now, thank you very much. I also want to say thank you to all our sponsors and our partners. It's amazing how much support we got in these trying times. I mean, everybody knows that things are not very easy, but people came out and they supported us unbelievably. They supported us in Nigeria, they supported us abroad. I mean, all over the world. In England, they're having a cost of living crisis. So it's not easy anywhere. But people, they would put far into their pockets. You know, they didn't just scratch the surface of their pockets. Many people went far into their pockets. In these austere times, I'm so grateful. We really want to thank everybody who gave something. And then to all our attendees, flying from Lagos, flying from Port Harcourt, coming from different places. It's a lot of money to even attend the conference. And so that you even attended the conference, I want to say thank you very much. If you did not attend, if it was just maybe the chairs, the past chairs, and the conference planning committee, this place would be so empty. So I really want to thank you for, some broke their banks, broke their deposits to be here. I want to appreciate every single person sitting in this room today who has made it to Abuja to attend the conference. Even for those attending virtually, I want to say thank you. I cannot but give thanks to the 9 past chairs who have presided before me. They are the ones that I now stand on their own shoulders. They are my egbons, they are my friends, and I'm thankful for them. And I want to call them one by one. Dr. Orojo of blessed memory. Okay. Mrs. Oyekunle. No, I don't want it that fast. Dr. Orojo. Yes, Dr. Orojo of blessed memory. Mrs. Tinuade Oyekunle. Mrs. Tinuade is still bubbling. She's 87 this year, and she's still doing fine, but she couldn't make it. Chief Bayojo is sitting here. Oh, sorry, Mr. Babajide Ogundipe. I call him my daddy. He's sitting here. He had to be here for me. Chief Bayojo, these are the people who mentored me in arbitration. They had so much faith in me when I wasn't even sure myself. I'm so happy that they are all alive to witness this day. Thank you very much. Mrs. Funke Adekoya. Mrs. Funke Adekoya had to be here. These are the people who pushed me. What are you doing? I always say my first entry into arbitration, to sit in an arbitration room, was Mrs. Adekoya when I was registrar. Mr. Dele Belgo, Mrs. Funke, please forgive me. You know, when we're here, I just forget they're all SANs, big people. And we must, no, it takes a lot to get there. So we must not forget. So Mrs. Funke Adekoya, SAN, Mr. Dele Belgore, SAN, where is, I think I saw him coming. Aha, he was hiding at the back. You know, they're all very humble people in this place. I know they've been pushing Mrs. Essien to come to the front. She sat down there quietly. I know we're all humble here. Mrs. Doyi Rhodes Viver, we saw her in the morning. Many people acknowledged her mentorship. Mr. Atunde Busari, he's in Portugal, I think, but he will be here to join us. Chief Bola Akinola, my immediate past chair. And he was the one who finally birthed the new arbitration and mediation law. Chief Bola Akinola. I want to thank you all for how you have built this great branch of the SIAP family, how you have mentored me and supported me in my journey. I thank Olutobi Adegbomire, my dear husband. He would have been here this evening, but he had another thing he's doing for me in Lagos. He's just always watching my back. He has been a great support to me in my journey in the institute. He always says, you are your institute. And I'm so thankful to him. I will send him the video, or he'll watch it on Mover. And I finally want to thank God, who has kept me to this day only by his grace. I've been through challenges, but he has kept me, and I'm forever grateful to God and to my parents who showed me his way. I wish my dad was alive, he'd have been very happy, but my mom is, and she's happy to know I'm here. So over the next few days, we're here for some real excitement. We have an incredible lineup with engaging panels, a mediation masterclass, an exciting range of activities. Yesterday, we had a training, and I learned about the world coming to an end. Very interesting. If you were not there, you missed. You know, what are we going to do about the world coming to an end? And arbitrators, their parts in it. So we're going to have wine tasting, art gallery visit. I've never been to Nikkei Art Gallery in Lagos, but now I'm going to get the chance to attend in Abuja. the golf tournament, I don't know what my handicap is, and our lively YMG games night. And of course, the themed mask ball. I hope you all have your masks. It's not the COVID mask. Oh. So don't come with, if you don't have any other mask but COVID mask, just come. We've already got some masks for you. So, and the masked ball is going to be great. Okay, now I'm going to reveal what the ticket is. And you know why I'm going to reveal? So that everybody can buy masses and masses, booklets and booklets of tickets. Because the first prize, the star prize, is a ticket to Istanbul, Turkey. The more tickets you buy, the more chances of winning. I believe that there's some charity that some of the money for the ticket will go to. So you will be supporting charity and you'll be helping yourself or helping me to get a ticket to Turkey. So let's engage in every session and let's enjoy the fantastic experiences we have ahead. I said it in the morning, one of the major things for these conferences is networking. Please make sure you don't leave this conference with the same number of contacts on your telephone. You must add at least 5 new contacts to your telephone list or 10 new contacts. If you leave this place and your telephone contacts is the same, sorry. People have been saying, oh, the arbitration world is full of cartels, cartels, cartels. You are here today. Form your own cartel. Don't wait for anybody to invite you to their cartel. There are enough people. Just look for a few people. Form your own cartel here today. Well, the purpose of the conference, I think we've said a lot about that. So I won't want to keep repeating it because I want us to have time to enjoy ourselves. We know the purpose is fresh perspectives, back to the basics. This is a good time. A lot is happening in Africa. The African Continental Free Trade Area, it's in full swing now. Business will need more ways to settle cross-border disputes. I think it's a good time for us as ADR specialists, mediators, arbitrators. It's a good time. Let's find our own niche at this time because there's so much happening. There's so much disputes, big business and disputes, they go hand in hand. So let us find our own niche. Let us strengthen these processes. Let us make Nigeria a hub for arbitration in West Africa, in Africa, a hub for arbitration, a hub for mediation, so that at the end of the day, it's also good for us as individuals. So let's consider the potential for ADR for us. It's going to be a great time. We have a lot of speakers, very interesting speakers that will fire up engaging conversations. Like I said yesterday, got me thinking about religion and renewable energy. I mean, can you imagine religion and renewable energy? But Fatima, you saw it yesterday, didn't you? Yes. So those are the kind of things that will be fired up at this conference. Very strange things, very strange combinations. And so I think we're all going to enjoy it. I want to thank the whole of the EXCO. We've all worked very hard as well. The first vice, Professor Idonije is here. Second vice, Mrs. Obosa Akpata. Third vice, Mrs. Mianaya, SAN. Professor Idonije, SAN. Prof. SAN. Our Abuja chapter chair is here. And Jacqueline that gave the keynote speech from Kenya, she's actually also here. Thank you very much. And so I want to end by saying, our general manager, Chinelo Agbala, she's outside with her team. If there's anything you need, they have worked hard towards this conference as well. If there is anything that you need, if there are any questions you have, maybe even about your membership, whatever it is, please just grab Chinelo or grab me or grab Rev Doc, we call him our secretary, Reverend Dr. Agbelusi. Finally, I want to use this opportunity to ask you all here and to ask them here, let me turn here squarely, to ask them to help us to acquire a permanent site. Chief Bola Akinola, the immediate past chair, has raised the seed money to it And I ask that you all help us to complete the project. Will you do that? Will you do that? Thank you very much. So when I reach out to you and say, we're trying to complete our build, we're trying to put up a small building. We don't need a big place. You know, everybody is coming down, but we just need to have a place. When we come to you, please remember that I mentioned it today. I mentioned it, sir. I mentioned it, sir. So thank you all for being here. I want to wish us all a productive, insightful, and enjoyable experience throughout this conference. I can't wait to see what we're going to accomplish. Remember, network, network, network. This time next year, bank balances should have changed. And between me and you, I'm hoping that in this networking, this time next year, we will attend a few weddings. That is part of what networking is all about. Did you hear me at the back? Am I right? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, our chair. We especially appreciate you, Olushola Adebomire. Thank you very much, ma. Thank you. I appreciate the very wonderful speech. I'd like to just take up two things and then we can proceed. First is that I like the fact that I spoke about networking and about getting married, because one boy and one girl I'll be talking at the back since. And I've been wondering, are they in this conference? But from what you said now, they are in the conference and they are doing well. My brother, continue, go and sin no more. He's seen me, I'm seeing him. That's fine, just to know that. You said that before, but let me just, in my capacity as master of ceremony, personally welcome past chair. He wasn't here when I was recognizing people, but madam, I've done that. But let me just welcome Mohammed Belguri, SAM. Especially welcome you, sir. We're going to put our hands together for him. We'll go straight to our next speech, but just before that, I need to quickly wrap up a few things that Madam tried to start, but let me nip it on the board straight up. Madam, you spoke about the need to get a permanent site. So the Vice President have asked me to ask you that, is there a land? Just go ahead, don't worry. Augusta, is there a land already, or you want a land? No land, you want a land. So, sir, when you get to the VP and he said, what happened in the conference? Don't tell him anything, just say land. Don't bother. Yeah. Don't say my Lord was there. We saw people. Don't just say, yes, sir, land. Can we say it together? So in case you are free, you can video this segment. Let's say it again. Yeah, help us. He knows who to call so that as they sweet us, he go there. The jail I want to go to, I don't know if it is on the left or on the right, but I'll be fine. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to, at this point, with all due respect, invite for the next speech, this time around, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Honorable Justice Kudirat Kekereekun, GCON, ably represented by my Lord, Honorable Justice Tijani Abubakar, Justice of the Supreme Court, CFR. My Lord. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by my brother, Dr. Aliyu Modibo Umar. The Master of Ceremony was able to properly and diligently establish the protocol this afternoon. I would like to leverage on that, Your Excellency, and I am sure I am permitted. Thank you. My name is Tijani Abubakar, and I represent the Honorable Chief Justice of Nigeria, Honorable Justice Kudirat Kekereekun, GCON. My Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice sends greetings, best wishes, and very sincere apologies for his absence this evening. His Lordship is out of the country attending to some other official engagements. His Lordship gave me his remarks, and he asked me to read the remarks as they are. I have a problem. I read the speech before I came, and I saw that His Lordship kept on saying "I." So please, Your Excellency and distinguished assembly of arbitrators, ladies and gentlemen, whenever you hear me say I definitely mean the Honorable Chief Justice of Nigeria and not me. The Master of Ceremony, in the course of establishing protocol, announced my dismissal. I know I'm a fellow of the Chartered Institute, but the Master of Ceremony said there are fellows, there are members, and he specifically indicated that I don't belong to either. And I should clap for fellows and members. And I did. Yes. Your Excellency, the remarks of the Honorable Chief Justice of Nigeria will now be read as follows. I am honored to address this distinguished gathering of arbitrators, legal practitioners, and stakeholders today. Our conversations are of great importance as they touch directly on the heart of Nigeria's legal system and economic progress. The theme of this conference, Fresh Perspectives Back to Basics in ADR, could not have come at a better time. It challenges us to reconsider how we approach dispute resolution in a practical and forward-looking manner. We explore new methods in arbitration and alternative dispute resolution. We are shaping the future of commercial dispute resolution in Nigeria. Your involvement in these discussions is vital. Arbitration and NDR offer faster and more effective ways to resolve disputes. They ease the pressure on our courts and provide businesses with a reliable alternative to lengthy litigation. As we focus on enhancing these processes, we are laying the foundation for Nigeria to become a leading hub for business and investment. The judiciary remains committed to supporting arbitration and ADR. We recognize how these mechanisms lighten the court's workload while delivering timely justice. A dependable arbitration system strengthens trust in our legal processes and enhances Nigeria's standing as a competitive center for dispute resolution. Nigeria's judiciary fully recognizes the critical role of arbitration in resolving commercial disputes. In 2017, the Honorable Chief Justice of Nigeria, Honorable Justice Walter Samuel Ononye, issued practice directions that reinforce this principle. The 2017 practice directions. The directive was simple. When parties agree to arbitration, courts must respect their choice. They should not assume jurisdiction unless the law requires it. This approach strengthened the arbitration process and affirmed the judiciary's commitment to upholding party agreements. Today, our support remains resolute. Arbitration allows parties to resolve disputes based on their own agreements, and our courts fully respect this freedom. Upholding the law is our duty. Respecting arbitration clauses is key part of that responsibility. We should intervene only when the law prescribes it, and in a manner that keeps the process efficient and fair. Reducing the burden on our courts enhances trust in the legal system. When parties know their agreements will be honored, they are more likely to choose arbitration with confidence. As a judiciary, we remain committed to upholding the law and protecting the autonomy of those who choose this path. The Arbitration and Mediation Act 2023 introduces sufficient reforms that modernize Nigeria's arbitration framework and align it with international standards. Central to the Act is the reinforcement of party autonomy. Section 1, subsection 2 emphasizes that parties are at liberty to decide how their disputes will be resolved, whether through arbitration or another method, provided such decisions promote peaceful existence and protect public interest. This provision underscores the balance between party freedom and broader societal responsibilities. Further strengthening this autonomy, Section 1, subsection 3 confirms that arbitration agreements are binding and enforceable, ensuring that the courts uphold and respect the parties' choices. The Arbitration and Mediation Act also clarifies the court's supportive role in arbitration. Section 64, subsection 1 controls judicial intervention in matters governed by the Act, allowing courts to step in only as the Act expressly prescribes. This provision ensures that arbitration remains an efficient and effective process, free from unnecessary delays caused by litigation. The court's role is to assist the arbitration process, not to replace or interfere with it. In addition, Section 1, subsection 4 mandates that the courts, along with parties, arbitrators, and arbitral institutions, must do all that is necessary to promote the proper and expeditious conduct of arbitral proceedings. This provision highlights the judiciary's role to facilitate the smooth running of arbitration, ensuring that it operates efficiently and without unnecessary delay. The judiciary's responsibility extends beyond facilitating arbitration process to enforcing arbitral awards. Delays in enforcement can undermine the trust placed in arbitration, and it is the duty of the courts to act swiftly. The Supreme Court's decision in NNPC and Fungtai Engineering reinforces this principle, making it clear that judges are not appellate bodies for arbitration awards. Their task is to ensure that arbitrators have applied the law as they understood it without re-examining the merits of the award. This ruling strengthens the finality of arbitration awards, a critical factor in arbitration's appeal as a faster alternative to litigation. I encourage you to engage actively in the judging arbitration session to explore the evolving relationship between arbitration and the judiciary. Delays in enforcing arbitral awards have long undermined Nigeria's reputation as an arbitration-friendly jurisdiction. According to the Broderick, Bozimo and Company analysis of arbitration-related decisions, the average time taken for enforcement matters at the High Court is over 2 years, 749 days, while cases before the Supreme Court take close to 4 years, 1,451 days. Some extreme cases drag on for over 9 years, turning arbitration, a process designed for speed, into a protracted ordeal. These delays frustrate parties, weaken confidence in arbitration, and compromise its effectiveness as a swift alternative to litigation. The judiciary is committed to reducing delays to restore arbitration's standing as a reliable dispute resolution mechanism. The success of arbitration in Nigeria depends significantly on how the courts interact and support the process. Courts must also maintain a commercial focus. Judges should understand the commercial nature of the disputes they are asked to enforce, supervise, or support. This understanding is critical when assessing arbitral decisions and ensuring that arbitration remains efficient and effective. For Nigeria to fully empower arbitration under the Arbitration and Mediation Act 2023, its course must be international in outlook, commercial in skill, and supportive of arbitration. By adopting these qualities and consistently applying the provisions of the Act, the judiciary can nurture an arbitration-friendly environment that is attractive to both domestic and international parties, ensuring that arbitration remains a credible and efficient method for resolving disputes. The economic benefits of positioning Nigeria as a dispute resolution hub are considerable. For instance, the UK legal services sector generated £43.7 billion in revenue in 2022, largely due to its role as a global center for arbitration and international legal services. The sector contributed £34 billion to the UK economy and employed 368,000 people. This demonstrates how arbitration can drive economic growth, attract foreign investment, and create high-skilled jobs. Nigeria has the potential to unlock benefits similar by building a reliable arbitration environment. Looking to the future, Nigeria has a clear path to becoming a leading arbitration hub within Africa and globally. The judiciary will play a central role in upholding the credibility, efficiency, and fairness of arbitration. We can strengthen Nigeria's standing as a top destination for commercial dispute resolution through continuous judicial training, specialization, and close collaboration with arbitration institutions. We are committed to developing an arbitration system that inspires confidence in businesses and investors and keep expertise. The judiciary will play a role in making Nigeria a reliable destination for resolving disputes efficiently and fairly. I wish all delegates fruitful deliberations during this conference and look forward to the valuable insights and outcomes that will shape the future of arbitration in Nigeria and beyond. Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you.
That was a very wonderful speech of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Honorable Justice Kudirat Kekereekun, GCON, and it was perfectly presented by Justice Tijani Abubakar, CFR, Justice of the Supreme Court. Please, can we put our hands together one more time for him? Two things very quickly. First is that my Lord Justice Tijani Abubakar spoke about the fact that when I was dividing the hall into two, I had dismissed him from being a fellow. I made him vacate his seat. Yeah, that would have officer, you can sit down where you are. Just sit down. Where are you going to? You can't go out now. You can't shoot. Hold on. Let me just explain my case. Officer, just sit down first. You are looking for promotion. You are using my life to look for promotion. Thank you, officer. Can we clap for the officer of peace? This is the most peaceful officer I know. So, my Lord, you quoted section 1, subsection 2, how everyone can choose how they want to handle their case. Section 1, subsection 3, which speaks about the fact that everything agreed by the arbitrator stands. But you didn't quote, you forgot to quote section 19, subsection 88. It states that an offender can beg and he will be forgiven. So, my Lord, I hereby publicly beg you, because the way your police officer is walking up and down, he doesn't know who is who before he will shoot at sights. So, my Lord, please, sir, you can be anywhere you want to be. You are a fellow, you are a senior advocate, you are the King of Kings, you are the Lord of Lords, you are my Lord and personal Savior. Anything you want, my Lord, you are. Can we clap for my Lord, please, so that peace can reign? Thank you, my Lord. My Lord, am I okay now, sir? I have more names I've not used. Okay. Because from here, I go to Jehovah Jireh. Thank you very much, sir. And, when the officer was, just quickly, just 1 minute. When the officer was getting up, I remembered an event I went to. We can just take risk in this country because you're an MC and a comedian. And I saw a military general. And because my name was Chooks, the general, I was just trying to just catch cruise with the man. You're a general, I'm a general. And he was really laughing, But, there are always two officers behind a general. So he was laughing, they were not laughing. I thought my jokes were funny. I continued. So it got to a point, he stopped laughing and they started laughing. That's why I would have known that my soul will rest in peace. I didn't know. So we finished the event and the man even come shook hands with me. Oh, young man, you're doing well. So I was just going and I saw 4 military men at the door. And they asked me, young man, who are you? I said, I was the comedian inside. They say, yes, we are the comedian outside. Follow us. I thought it was a joke. I followed these 4 military men. I can never forget that experience. We got to it. They say, okay, come, you the joke with our guy, follow us. They were calling me different name, Bagger. It was just a joke. And in my mind, I knew if that military man could just come outside, I would be okay. Because the man understands the joke. But these 4 gentlemen may not understand the joke. So I was praying, let General just come outside. They took me to a spot and I saw some blocks arranged. They told me, this is 186 blocks. Now, if they cost our Gabi, carry these blocks from here to these points. What kind of punishment is that in heaven? I still felt like this man should just come out. And the moment the guys threatened me, I started carrying the block. I carried 20. I carried 40. I carried 100. I got to 110. The man just walked out of the event. Was so happy. I made the general. I ran to him. I said, sir, was the guy just joking with you inside? He said, what happened? I said, your boys told me to carry this block. He was so angry at them. He said, no, this guy is just a comedian. He was just joking. I'm not offended. I felt so good. The general now asked me, how many blocks have you carried? I said, I've carried 120 from here to here. He said, return it. That was the last time So when he was going outside, looking for a block, so officer, just relax. Stay here till we close. There's no block outside. Thank you, sir. One more time, can we clap for Honorable Justice? Thank you. We'll take 2 very quick things on screen, and that will be our very special remarks. We'll have the 2 of them from the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators Trustee for Africa. And then we also have one from the president of the Chartered Institute. So we take first trustee. We'll take the trustee first. I'd like to hand you over to the screen as we take the speech of Dr. Chikwendu Madumere. Please can we put our hands together as that speech comes.
Good day, everyone. My name is Dr. Chikwendu Madumere. I am a member of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators Nigeria branch. I'm also the trustee representing Africa in the Board of Trustees of the Institute in London. I welcome you all to Abuja and to our annual conference. I can assure you, you will have a good time attending this conference because very useful and topical topics have been arranged, and a lot of informed and experienced speakers are also on standby to avail us of their, of their knowledge and their skills all through the conference. Topics around guerrilla tactics, topics around the role of courts in arbitration will be explored. I can assure you that you will enjoy your time here in Abuja. I should have loved to be here personally, but at the moment I'm attending the Board of Trustees meeting in the UK. Find time to also enjoy our networking activities, the golf tournament, the art gallery, and of course, explore the beautiful city of Abuja. I'm sure you'll have a wonderful time. And also for our young members, congratulations to your conference, which ended yesterday. I'm sure you had a wonderful time. Thank you very much, and I look forward to attending our future conferences. Thank you.
Welcome to 12 Finchley Square, the headquarters of CIR. Hello and welcome to friends, colleagues, and all CIR members in Nigeria to this, the 2024 CIR Nigerian Branch Conference. As you know, my name is Jonathan Wood, and I'm your president for the year of 2024, a role that I have enjoyed immensely, meeting members around the globe. My only regret is that I'm not with you on a face-to-face basis. So I hope this message conveys some of my thoughts about the conference and international arbitration generally. It's indeed an honor and a privilege to be invited by the organizers to provide this goodwill message. As I have said on social media, the world could do with a bit more goodwill in this day and age. So what are the messages that I wish to convey? Well, firstly, I want to say that the Nigerian branch, with its 1,273 members, is a very important and integral part of CIR's global community, which prides itself on diversity and inclusion. I frequently liken international arbitration to the game of football, something that Nigeria has played a prominent role in the past. The world of football, there are winners, losers, and a draw, and the same applies to arbitration. Both are underpinned by a huge international fan base, which provides a very strong sense of international community. But there are lessons to be learned too. There is a breed of footballers' agents involved in the buying and selling of players for huge sums of money. One such agent, now deceased, was Eric Hall. Eric Hall was a larger-than-life character. Someone once asked him, "Eric, I believe that you take 20% of footballers' earnings." He sharply replied, "That's completely untrue. They take 80% of mine." The point about this is that there are always two points of view, and we are well advised as arbitrators to take that into account. We must always listen to both sides if the parties are to feel that they have had a fair hearing and have been heard. But let me now turn to the specifics. You now have a new Arbitration Act, which came into force last year. Its aim is to unify the law of arbitration, and indeed, it goes a long way to achieving this. The majority of provisions are recognizable from legislation and institutional rules around the world. The stay of parallel court proceedings and clarification of interim measures fortifies the attractiveness of Nigeria as a place to conduct arbitration. The provision of a review body is somewhat novel, and it will be interesting to see the extent that it is used. Third-party funding, which is now a central feature of international arbitration, has been legitimised. The importance of enforceability of awards under the New York Convention is recognised. All these provisions make Nigerian arbitration attractive. But of course, the proof of the pudding is in its application by users, lawyers, and the courts. And that is something which you will be discussing during your conference in the next 2 days. Finally, a word about transparency and corruption. For better and for worse, Nigeria has featured all too prominently in the world of arbitration recently as a result of the PNID case. Can legislation prevent such a case happening again? I very much doubt it. What can be done? Well, I think extra vigilance throughout the process by all concerned, the parties and the tribunal, should go towards helping maintain the integrity of the process. Nobody should be asleep at the wheel. Integrity is everything. As members of CIR, your post-nominal qualification is recognised worldwide. Importantly, it is underpinned by a disciplinary process, as we all undertake to abide by CIR's Code of Ethics. My experience of conferences in Africa is that they are serious places to share ideas and learn, but equally, they should be fun. Enjoy your conference, and I wish you all success.
Thank you. We'll be taking our final message on the microphone. But when I return, there will be 2 very important announcements that will happen. We'll take one more item, and I will let you know where we'll go from here. We'll take you somewhere very quickly that you're going to love. But for this final speech, I'd like to introduce him in 2 different capacities. First is that he is our well-respected, very senior messenger to the Vice President on land affairs. He's the one that will help us communicate that land in Maitama. Is that? Are you afraid of Maitama? Maitama, yeah. The land in Maitama should come, first capacity. So can you give a nod to that? Nod. My Lord, he just nodded in the courts. We will use this as evidence in Supreme Court. My Lord is here. Okay. Most importantly, I'd like to invite to the microphone the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, very well represented by a special advisor on general duties for the Vice President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to invite for his speech, Aliyu Modibo Umar. Please can we put our hands together, and can the clap be a little louder for His Excellency?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Sit down, please. Thank you. Let me begin by extending the sincere apologies of His Excellency, the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. He really wanted to attend to this occasion because he has very close friends that were organizers and have reached out to him. And then it dawned on us yesterday that today, Wednesday, is the Federal Executive Council meeting. So he asked me to come and represent him instead. But even the Federal Executive Council could not hold. As you know, this morning we woke up with the sad news of the demise of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Torit Lagbaja. And at this moment, may I ask you to observe a moment's silence May his soul rest in peace. Sit down, please. Now, I did not start with the protocol. I should have acknowledged first the Chief Justice of Nigeria, ably represented by a very respected Judge of the Supreme Court, Justice Tijani, Abubakar Tijani, our Chair of the Institute, senior advocates of Nigeria here, judges, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Now, before I read the speech on behalf of Mr. Vice President, let me address these land matters. Let me take comfort that I was Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, 17 years ago. How time flies. And when I came in 2007, and that will be to your advantage, this little story, I inherited 880 something cases against the FCT, ranging from land revocation, demolition, wrongful evictions, things like that. I thought I could cope with my legal department, but it dawned on me that it was really destructive and taking too much of my time. So I ran to my chief judge then, Justice Lawal Gumi, and I asked him for help. And he said, simple, I will set up 2 panels for you, ADR. And he gave us 2 courts with 2 judges, and we cleared those cases, I think, within 6 months. So a belated gratitude to all arbitrators here. After this event, pay a courtesy call to the Minister, FCT, Mr. Wike, and tell him that he has to, as show of gratitude from the FCT authorities, that you are owed a land. And if there is any problem, call me to arbitrate. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Vice President's speech, it begins as follows. Let me say how delighted I am to be here today to declare open the annual conference of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators Nigeria branch. This is a testament to the importance of your roles and contributions to our collective efforts to shape a brighter future for arbitration and alternative dispute resolution, ADR, in our nation. Each of you is vital to this journey, and your past and present contributions are deeply valued. Today, we unite under a shared vision to strengthen the core principles and arbitration and ADR in Nigeria. Your discussions will revolve around efficient, fairness, and the autonomy of the parties involved. These values are essential for our progress and successes in this field and form the bedrock of our collective mission. I invite you to seize this opportunity to build a stronger connection, share value, insights, and work towards making Nigeria Africa's leading arbitration hub. Your dedication and active participation are crucial to the success of this conference. The conference theme, Fresh Perspectives, Back to Basics in ADR, is a call to reaffirm the foundational values of ADR, which are critical in our current context. Alternative dispute resolutions offers a reliable platform to the often slow and congested traditional court system. It paves the way to improving access to justice, reducing the caseload in our judiciary, and creating a more favorable environment for business and investment. For the legal community, it allows them to expand their practice areas and offer their clients more efficient and cost-effective services. For businesses, ADR provides a quicker and less adversarial way to resolve disputes, which can help maintain business relationships and protect their reputations. The current administration, under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, recognizes the importance of effective policy implementation in advancing ADR. While policies lay the foundation intent, their real impact comes from how well they are carried out. Conversely, ineffective implementation can negatively alter these policies, making them less responsive to our societal and economic needs. In these regards, the Arbitration and Mediation Act, AMA, 2023, marks a significant step forward for Nigeria in expanding the frontier of ADR. This legislation provides a comprehensive structure for arbitration and mediation, aligning our methods with international best practices. The AMA introduces modern procedures and safeguards that can enhance fairness and efficiency in dispute resolution. It signals our intention and potentials to attract more domestic and international arbitration cases to Nigeria, boosting our status as a preferred arbitration hub in Africa. However, we are mindful of the fact that merely enacting the AMA is insufficient without implementing its ideals. Ministries, regulatory bodies, and the judiciary must work together to create an environment where ADR can thrive. This involves faithfully enforcing the provisions of the AMA and promoting awareness and understanding of ADR among the private sectors of the economy. Training and capacity building initiatives for judges, lawyers, and ADR practitioners are essentials to prepare them to handle complex arbitration and mediation of cases. Let me assure you that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is committed to cultivating a culture of trust and reliability in ADR processes. This includes respecting and enforcing arbitration agreements and awards, ensuring that parties feel confident in the Nigerian legal system and the impartiality and competence of arbitrators and mediators. Our institutions must consistently show their commitment to upholding the principles of justice and fairness central to ADR. By doing so, we can enhance Nigeria's recognition and reputation as a reliable jurisdiction for dispute resolution. The neutrality and impartiality of our legal system is another essential factor. Parties involved in arbitration must trust that the process is fair and unbiased. We must uphold the highest standards of integrity and professionalism among our arbitrators, mediators, and the judiciary. This trust is the foundation of a successful system to alternative dispute resolution. The enforcement of agreements to arbitration and arbitration awards is equally important. Nigeria must show that it respects and enforces arbitration outcomes. This assurance will encourage more parties to choose Nigeria as their arbitration seat, knowing their agreements and awards will be honored. The African Continental Free Trade Agreement, AFTA, presents a significant opportunity for Nigeria. As Africa's largest economy, Nigeria can leverage the AFTA to attract more commercial disputes for arbitration within our shores. AFTA means to create a single market for goods and services across Africa, boosting intra-African trade. We can play a vital role in facilitating this trade and fostering economic growth by positioning ourselves as a leading arbitration hub in resolving cross-border disputes. As a government, we have launched several strategic initiatives to strengthen ADR in Nigeria. A significant move is the introduction of updated legislation in the AMA that aligns our practices with international standards. This modern legal framework is critical to promoting ADR and boosting Nigeria's status as a leading arbitration hub. Supporting ADR practitioners is also a priority. The government recognizes the need to provide resources and training to build a skilled ADR community. This includes funding for educational program workshops and certification courses. By investing in the development of our practitioners, will enhance the quality and credibility of our arbitration services. Looking ahead, this administration has several plans to improve the ADR sector further. This includes ongoing reforms to enhance the legal framework and initiatives to increase public awareness of ADR benefits. Continuous improvements in infrastructure and technology will also be a priority, aiming to make Nigeria a more attractive destination for international arbitration. Sorry. Our vision for Nigeria's future is ambitious yet achievable. We aim to position Nigeria as a leading arbitration hub in Africa and a respected player globally. It is important that our discussions not only address the challenges, but also lead to actionable and measurable solutions. Implementing these solutions will ensure we make tangible progress and lasting improvements in our arbitration and ADR practices. Let us seize this opportunity, work together towards these goals. Your dedication and active participation are crucial in driving this vision forward. Together, we can build a more effective ADR system in Nigeria, setting a benchmark for others to follow and enhancing our global standing. I am optimistic about the outcomes of this conference. Your discussion and collaborations will lay the groundwork for a more robust ADR framework in Nigeria. This conference is a chance to share ideas, build connections, and commit to excellence in our practices. With great anticipation for the productive sessions ahead, I officially declare the SIAP Nigeria Annual Conference open. Thank you, and may God bless Nigeria.
I'm sure you'd have noticed us discussing federal issues. I just went to collect appointments and I've verified with Supreme Court. As I'm talking to you now, I am essay to the Vice President on Distraction Affairs. I'd like to especially appreciate you, sir, for the wonderful speech. I think personally, I was very glad when the representative of the Vice President dived into the land issue. I was very glad. I thought he would just pick it from his office and handle it. But as I'm talking to you, he has taken us back to the FCT Minister's office. I don't know who will go there to discuss the land. But he already said that in case there's an issue, he will be you call him, he will be the arbitrator. He even wants to collect money from us to give us land. So we're going to rent your services as an arbitrator, sir, to do that. But that's very wonderful. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it. Can we put our hands together one more time for the rep of the Vice President? Thank you very much. He's a very top PhD holder, former Minister of Commerce, former Minister of the FCT, former Minister of State for Power. We appreciate you, sir, for being physically here. That deserves a louder clap. A few things will happen after now. I'd like to run you through them first. We have done this event such that after this one, there will be a cocktail. For those who came in the morning, we understand that there was a Daniel and Diane turkey jollof rice issue. And I'm sure we all, hey, I didn't ask when I came up. I'm sure we all had turkey with our jollof rice. Everyone did. Where's Daniel? Mr. Daniel? Oh, okay. So we have a special one now. After this event, we'll be having a special cocktail. And in that cocktail, we're going to have a very special activity that will happen for a very short time. And after that short one, it becomes all informal. So all the meet and greet we'll be talking about, all the interactions, all the having a good time, exchanging cards and exchanging numbers, that cocktail is the right atmosphere for that to happen. And so I'd like us to please sit tight and be a part of that cocktail. We'll be moving to the cocktail from here as soon as we close this segment. And in that cocktail, we call that the opening cocktail. And in that cocktail, we'll be launching the SOAS. We'll be launching that. And of course, Professor Emilia Oyema is here. Please can we put our hands up for Prof? Can we clap for Prof a little bit? Yeah. And that segment will be properly handled by Professor. I'd like us all to make sure we are a part of that segment. So, just to be very sincere, when I went up there, I was asked, are we at the end of the event? And I said, yes, we're exactly at the end of the event. And I was requested to just share a quick story. So I'm sure the SC to the Vice President will remember. He's one man that anytime I see him, I should actually appreciate him. With all the former ministers and all the PhD that he has, he's a very humble man. Trust me that. Can we clap for him? Very humble man. I said that because I interfaced him a couple of years ago, and he has asked me to share that story. And I'll share that very quickly, and then we can proceed to the next item that we have. Many years ago, I met the SA now, and then he said to me exactly, he said, young man, I was the MC of the event. Yes, thank you. So I met him a couple of years ago, and I'm sure he remembers this very quickly. And he said to me, young man, I like what you do. He brought out his card, and he gave me. And he said, Chooks, this is my card. I said, okay, thank you, sir. He said, the number on the card is my direct number. And Oga said to me, feel free to call me anytime you have problem. Me, Igbo man, instantly I had problem. The man will be waiting for just stepped in. I'd like to specially welcome the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation. Please can we put our hands together. So I was told to buy time to wait for him. That's what I was doing. In case you are wondering. I'd like to humbly request the Honorable Minister to please, if you could step on the podium, sir, and take a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, I'd like to specially welcome Lateef Fagbemi, SAN. Please can we put our hands together for him? Can the clap be a little louder? Okay. SAN, sir, do you want me to finish or I should go to him? I should leave our story and go to him. Okay. So for those who understand protocol, and I have to reestablish that, after the speech of the Vice President was supposed to end, but we had a mutual agreement that the Minister of Justice came in from Lagos and came straight into this event because he wanted to honor this event. We especially appreciate you, sir. We're monitoring the journey coming from the airport. He kept driving fast, trying to meet up. We kept trying to buy time. But I must, on behalf of everyone, appreciate you, sir, for being a part of this event, for coming and for sacrificing to come. Can we clap one more time? Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Let me now Oh, I've just been told that he was the chairman of Ibadan chapter before he now became, oh, so he's our colleague. Okay. Oh, I didn't know. Welcome, sir. I'd like to now, I don't know what happened, but Minister did not laugh to that joke. I don't know. He has laughed now. I'd like to now welcome for his speech, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, with the kind permission of the rep of the Vice President and the rep of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, I have been directed to invite to the microphone for his speech the Honorable Attorney General of Federation and Minister of Justice. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria.
I don't know what protocol has been established, but when you see my lord here and the representative of the Vice President, then you know one thing about the Vice President is that he's very good, extremely good when it comes to protocol. Even without having seen what protocol has been established, I have to crave your indulgence to let me, lean on that protocol. The Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, so ably represented, and my noble lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice of Nigeria, also so ably represented by somebody I call a professor, soft-spoken, but very incisive in his analysis of issues. My noble lord, I thank you. The Chair, President, I want to first of all apologize for two things. That I came late, just coming in from Kenya. I got it wrong. I had 3 tickets, which I bought in succession. Oh, it's Arik that will fly. I said, okay, buy me Arik. Arik postponed the thing. Okay, which one is available? They say it's Airpeace. Oh, Airpeace, it's not for this one. The one you bought has been shifted to 7 o'clock. Eventually, I got one. And about 18 minutes into the journey, an announcement came that there was no enough fuel because the flight was a Gombe-bound flight via Abuja, and there was no fuel in Abuja, so we had to go back. So eventually, but I am here. First, that is one. Number 2, I know what protocol means when the Vice President is here, when the Honorable the Chief Justice is here. I'm to speak before them, but I want to thank you for allowing me to not to breach, but at least bend the protocol a bit. I won't, crave your indulgence to rest on the protocol that has been established. I would say I would like to start by extending my gratitude to the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, Nigeria, and especially to those who organized this annual conference and gala night. Let me particularly thank the chair of the association, Mrs. Olushola Ademomere, and the co-chairs of the conference planning committee, Mr. Isaiah Buzimo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and Mrs. Diane Okoko, for extending to me the kind invitation to attend this event. I find the theme of this year's conference, Fresh Perspectives, Back to Basics and in ADR, particularly interesting and important for many reasons, especially given recent developments in Nigeria's arbitration and alternative dispute resolution scene. You will all recall that just last year, the National Assembly passed the Arbitration and Mediation Act in May 2023, the new act, which replaced the 35-year-old Arbitration and Conciliation Act, the old act. Likewise, the Federal Executive Council approved the National Policy on Arbitration and Alternative Dispute Resolution 2024, the policy. The importance of these developments for practitioners and stakeholders in the field of alternative dispute resolution in Nigeria cannot be overstated or overemphasized. The new act presents a comprehensive legislative framework for the conduct of arbitration and alternative dispute resolution in Nigeria. The goals that underpin the provision of the new act are transparency, efficiency, and speed autonomy of arbitration proceedings, and the enforceability of arbitration awards in the country. The new act enables global best practices and reaffirms Nigeria's commitment to building an arbitration-friendly environment. In addition, we have also developed the National Policy on Arbitration and Alternative Dispute Resolution and Mediation Act 2023, creating a cohesive and functional framework for the conduct of arbitration and alternative dispute resolution in Nigeria. The policy provides a framework to guide the federal and state governments' participation in arbitration preferences and to position Nigeria as an attractive arbitration hub for domestic, regional, and international commercial arbitration whilst protecting national interests. These documents expand the frontiers of the practice, procedure, and jurisprudence of ADR in Nigeria and marks significant steps in Nigeria's journey towards becoming a leading hub for arbitration in Africa. By aligning our legal framework with international standards, addressing critical gaps in the previous system, and introducing innovative provisions, we are creating an environment that fosters confidence in Nigeria as a prime destination for dispute resolution. You also recall that at the National Summit on Justice held earlier this year, we brought together stakeholders to discuss and address critical issues affecting justice sector administration in Nigeria. At that summit, critical stakeholders agreed that a proposal to accelerate arbitration-related litigation by expanding the original jurisdiction of the Court of Appeal to include challenges or enforcement of arbitral awards and enforcing the timelines for arbitration-related litigation stipulated in the arbitration rules enacted as part of the Arbitration and Mediation Act 2023. These reforms and initiatives reflect our collective commitment to enhancing the transparency, efficiency, and fairness of arbitration in Nigeria. Against this backdrop, the Chartered Institute of Arbitration Conference and discussions on issues concerning Nigeria's ADR landscape come at a very significant time. I would like to use this opportunity to reiterate my commitment to supporting measures to promote the use of ADR in Nigeria through practical steps to enhance the accessibility, effectiveness of ADR mechanisms. It is my firm belief that ADR remains a valuable tool for resolving commercial disputes and enhancing access to justice. By promoting speed, cost effectiveness, confidentiality, and flexibility, ADR can provide a more efficient and effective means of resolving conflicts. I therefore look forward to working with the Institute and other relevant critical stakeholders to achieving these objectives by encouraging the use of ADR clauses in government contracts to resolve disputes efficiently and cost effectively. I urge all stakeholders in the justice sector and business community to continue to support and promote ADR. I wish you all a very successful conference and look forward to working with you all to implement recommendations arising from the deliberations. I once again apologize for coming late, but I thank you for giving me this platform. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for this great sacrifice, for the wonderful speech, and most importantly, for being one of us and always being with us. One more time, please, can we put our hands together for him? Thank you. Your Excellency, the Vice President, ably represented, my Lord Chief Justice, ably represented, and now Attorney General of the Federation, Chair, very wonderful arbitrators, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We are at the point where we can say we are at the end of this segment. But as I always say, as I said before now, that we have two things to run before we go. I'm going to do those two things now. First is that we'll do a recap. Okay, we would have done a recap. Okay, so that's fine. Well, it becomes one now. We'll take a picture. We'll do a picture setting very quickly. I'd like to humbly request the rep of the Vice President to please just cooperate with me on this segment to just stress you a little bit, take pictures. So first, we take everyone that's on this podium. We take the first picture with the chair. Please would you just step forward so we can take picture against this background. We can do that first set of picture. And after that, we'll now take, I've been told to also invite, okay, so Attorney General said something, but I can't crack that joke. We will now take all past chairs. I've been asked to invite all past chairs to just join on this picture. Thank you. We can use the staircases on the right and left. I will also invite the vice chairs to also join. The vice chairs to also join. I'll be told to also invite the Kenya chair to join. Abuja chapter chair. Chapter chair is now very important because from chapter chair, you become a minister. So we have to, all chapter chairs. And then the conference co-chairs. Of course, I'll go to do that, but I was to reduce.
Welcome to the most anticipated conference of the year, the YMG Day.
Okay, we wait. So let me bring down past chair. Okay, while our special guests will hope we wait, I have all our past chairs, then first, second, vice chair, we can go. Thank you very much. I'm sure you got the pictures. Yes, thank you. I especially appreciate you. And so we take again with the conference co-chairs. The conference co-chairs will just join. While that is happening, I'd like to announce that there will be an opening cocktail that will happen outside where we'll be launching SOAS. And we have Professor Emilia Oyema, Professor of Commercial Law. She will be running that segment. I want us to all be a part of that cocktail. So from here, we'll be going straight to the cocktail. Okay, so the co-chairs we'll just take our protocol and the MC. While they are still standing, with all due respect, will please rise so we can close the event formally. Remember that we'll be doing an opening cocktail. We're doing our opening cocktail. Outside, wants to step out, we'll see a way to go this way. The opening cocktail will be happening there. While we're on our feet, we'll close with the national anthem. I'd like to humbly request our media team to please help us. Let's play the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We should recite it. At Nigeria, sir, you know, you just came. We have been. I'm the one with the mic. It's like, so I should recite it. for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I'd like to especially appreciate His Excellency, the Vice President, ably represented by Doctor. Thank you. My Lord, the Chief Justice, ably represented. Thank you very much, sir. I'd like to also appreciate the Attorney General and Minister of Justice for being a part of this very wonderful event. We will now go in order. Please just allow our guests to go first.